Hey guys, it's Patches, and I am here today to talk about the next Call of Duty Ghosts. Recently, this picture was tweeted by one of the people who work over at Infinity Ward and Activision, and it's sort of teasing the future perks that are going to be in the game. And so I just wanted to talk about what I think these things mean, see what you guys think about them too. So I'll just get right into it. First, on the left side, you see a picture of it almost looks like a marathon picture. But what makes me think it's not just marathon is the thing that's in front of the guy running. To me, that could be one of two things. It could be either an obstacle, or it could be a magazine for a gun. And so, if it was the first option, the obstacle, that could be a perk that helps you mantle things faster, to climb things faster. Like they talked about in the trailers, we've known this for a long time that a new mechanic in the Call of Duty Ghosts is going to be if you're running and hit A, you don't stop to climb the obstacle, you actually hurdle over it. So maybe this perk helps you do that faster, do it from a longer distance out or something like that. It could just be regular marathon or extreme conditioning where you climb things faster. But another idea that I've heard, that if this is a magazine clip that's in there, it could be that as you're running, as your character's in sprint, you can reload, which would be totally new to the Call of Duty series. It's something that Battlefield has and other games like that, but that'd be a really interesting addition to the Call of Duty world, is the ability to reload and even reload faster while sprinting. So maybe that's what that could be. The next one down, it looks like, what that really reminds me of is the counter UAV logo, not logo, but symbol from Modern Warfare 2. But what I think they might be getting at there is, if you remember back to Call of Duty 4, they had a perk that was a lot like Cold-Blooded, but it was called UAV Jammer, and it gave you the ability to not show up on a UAV when the other team had the kill streak in the air, the UAV up in the air. And so what I think this is I talked about in this video right here, I talked about how Assassin was overpowered and how they tried to break up Cold-Blooded, which was actually really, really good. So what I think this is, I think it's going to be a reincarnation of UAV Jammer, or sort of a cold-blooded thing, but only for UAVs. I think that they're going to try to break up Assassin even further, make it a little bit more fair of a perk that doesn't counter everything, and just make it something that if the enemy has a UAV in the air, you can't be seen on, much like the perk Ghost. So we'll see how that turns out. If we go to the far right, there's a little skull with these little waves sort of emanating out from it. I also have a few ideas for that. My first thing was that, wow, that really looks like the awareness perk in Black Ops 2. It could be. Yeah, maybe be return to sort of a sit rep idea from the Modern Warfare series. But maybe something else, because what really makes me think about it more is the fact that it's a skull, not just a person being able to hear, but it's a skull. So maybe it's something. I remember being excited about a perk in Modern Warfare 3, which didn't actually end up happening, but a perk that maybe didn't let, if you killed someone, then their teammates wouldn't be able to see the crossbones above their dead body, which would be, I think, interesting. Maybe this is some sort of thing where you can't. Maybe it's eavesdropping, the perk eavesdropper, like in COD 4. Maybe something like that. I'm not sure, but it really looks like awareness, and I'd be excited to hear that back in the game, because you guys know that I like sit rep and I like hearing footsteps. So maybe that's what it is. Next one down, I think it's pretty straightforward. It looks like blast shield. It's got the shield and the grenade next to it, so that'll probably reduce explosive damage done to you. And the one below that is it's clearly Scavenger. It's got the bird of prey there with the 2 bullets. So that definitely looks like Scavenger's coming back. Just remember, something to consider about these, what I've been calling them perks, is they may not all be perks. There could be some that are proficiencies, like there were in Modern Warfare 3, or there could be team perks, and I'll get into that. But I don't think that we'll be able to have, because it has so many different things on here. I don't think they're all perks. So, but if anything are perks, I definitely think these the 3 to the right, I think those are 3 different perks. So regardless of what the other ones, if they're team perks or if they're proficiencies, I think these 3 are definitely going to be the perk slots that we can be expecting. What if we go to the middle here? It looks like sort of a juggernaut, sort of with a protection around his neck and a knife. And so what that leads me to believe is it could be something that makes you less vulnerable to the melee attack, which I think would be really interesting, because in Call of Duty the knife has always been a one-hit kill. But if this is some sort of team perk or something that makes players not susceptible to a one-hit kill from the knife. That would really switch things up. No more panic knifing. I know a lot of people find that annoying, but it could be something like that, which I think would be interesting. Maybe it'll increase um, your melee range, bring back Commando, which I think would be an interesting move on their part. I don't think that's going to happen because so many people were frustrated by that mechanic in Modern Warfare 2, but we never know. And the next one down, it looks like to me it looks like some sort of grenade launcher, but I really don't know, other than an attachment on a weapon, what that could mean just by itself. Like this is like in a perk slot. Maybe it's something like Danger Close, where it's increased explosive damage, which I think would, if without one-man army, would be manageable. I think that's a reasonable thing to have. If there's Flak Jacket or Blast Shield, sort of counter that. But I don't know. I just don't know what it could be if it's in a perk slot. So we'll have to see what that turns out to be. But now up in the top left, you might not have noticed. I didn't notice this right away, but there's other stuff up there too. There's it almost looks like the recon grid, or it looks like a mini map. So maybe that could be something that gives you a bigger UAV radius so you can see more around you. Or maybe it could be something like the picture of steady aim, so maybe that gives you a better spread on your hip fire. So we'll have to see what that is. And I don't think if it was, it's got to be something different. So let's say these middle two black ones are team perks and the ones on the right are perks and the ones on the left are proficiencies. I feel like this circle thing up here would have to be something in addition to those things. It wouldn't be like an option to choose from because it's so close to here. This looks like a picture of a loadout. So this would have to be another category of something to add to your class. So it's very interesting to me to see how they're setting this up, and it looks like it's going to be a completely new way to think about building your classes. But anyway, the last thing is above the center two black squares. It looks to me, it looks like an X. But if you look very closely at the very top of the frame, you see something that comes down back into the frame. It makes me think of it's either a hilt of a sword or the handle of a dagger. So I think those could be two crossed knives. Maybe that's something like the melee perk in Modern Warfare 3, where it helps you knife faster. Or maybe it's Commando again. We don't know. But we'll see what that does. It definitely looks like two knives to me. Maybe it gives you a knife for both hands and you can stab two people at once. I don't know. We'll find out. But let me know what you guys think about these. I'm definitely excited to see what happens in the multiplayer trailer that's coming out on Wednesday. They're showing us all the new stuff that's going to be in the new multiplayer. So I'm super excited for that. Definitely tune in, and I'll be talking about that. So yeah, just let me know what you think and what you're excited for, what you don't want, what you do want, and I will see you guys soon.